Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. I'm Ryan, and this is Michigan Storm Chasers. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. A bit of a break from the heat and humidity today that also drives our storm chances down, but not completely zero in the state, as we have a severe weather threat to talk about for late tonight, Sunday, and perhaps even Monday as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with a sponsor shout out today. It is On Top Roofing. They are based in Livingston County, and they got all your roofing needs covered across Southeast Michigan. Feel free to give them a call, 810-588-3933. And as always, thank you to On Top Roofing for being today's spotlight sponsor here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Let's go ahead and talk about our heat and humidity. Dew points out there today in the low to mid 60s. Sorry, mid 50s to low 60s there. Compared to what we have been used to the past couple of days in the 70s, it's going to feel nice and not going to say completely not muggy, because it is going to feel a tad bit out there. But compared to the past couple of days here, it's going to feel like a refreshing type of day outside. Couple that with the heat as well. We're looking at the high temperatures here right around the low 70s to up there in the UP and northern lower, but 80s down there, right around 80 degrees further south in Detroit, Monroe, Adrian area. Could sneak into the mid 80s today, be the hottest. But for the majority of us, we're looking at the low to mid 80s for highs or the upper 70s for highs. Couple that with less humidity, it's going to feel like a refreshing Saturday out there for you. So get out there and enjoy if you can. But we do have some rain chances. Let's talk about that for a second. All right, so this is the SPC outlook for the day. The light green area indicates that we could have some general thunderstorms popping up there across northern lower or the UP. And that dark green color up there in the UP suggests that strong, perhaps severe storms may occur at some point today or tonight. So Ironwood, Iron Mountain is included, as well as close to Menominee. There is a slight risk that sits off to our west here in Wisconsin, Minnesota, that is expected to stay off to the west here. But bring guys back here to the forecasted radar throughout the day today. We're pretty much dry. I'm going to cycle this. This is 11 a.m. right now here. And I cycle this through the afternoon, and here is 11 p.m. There is really nothing on the radar here today that pops up across the state. So primarily a dry day expected across the state. But what happens later tonight is why I think this risk is in place here per the SPC. Now remember that the SPC maps here, they go until 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. So this map is technically valid until 8 a.m. Sunday morning. So going back here to the model, if we go ahead and zoom this overnight Saturday tonight into Sunday morning, we're going to start seeing some storms pop up here on the radar at 5 a.m. Sunday, so technically tonight / Sunday morning. Here's 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and here's 8 a.m. These may have a chance to be strong or perhaps severe. There is a little bit of storm fuel up there to work with, a bit of wind shear as well. It's not a very high concern, but I think most of these will be just general thunderstorms, maybe a stronger storm or two getting a statement. I don't really see much in the way of severe potential with this personally, but of course we're in a pattern where things can change quickly, so if that changes, we'll let you guys know on the page. But for the most part, these should be pretty tame in nature. Not expecting too much out of that first round here. Now, we go into the hazards for this first round. There's no risk for anything tornadic. It should be just damaging winds there, as well as perhaps a large hailstone for a very small portion of the western part of the UP. Now, let's go ahead and fast forward into Sunday during the daytime, the PM hours of Sunday, because that is an entirely different outlook, and this is what currently exists per the SPC. We have a large marginal risk that extends down here toward Manistee, Roscommon, Alpena, up towards Sault Ste. Marie, Houghton, Ironwood areas. And then in the yellow zone, that is going to be your slight risk, level 2 out of 5. Marquette, Escanaba, Menominee, Iron Mountain areas. All right, that's going to be the centered region here for perhaps a strong or severe storm on Sunday afternoon or evening. So damaging wind, your primary concern here, 15 to 29% chance of a damaging wind gust happening within that yellow zone within a 25-mile point. Large hail a concern as well for most of the UP. It is only a 5 to 14% chance within a 25-mile point. And then there's currently not anything out there for anything tornadic. So right now, wind and hail being your primary risk, with hail being, wind and hail are going to be your primary risks, with wind being the dominant threat for the Sunday afternoon time frame. Going back over here to the model, 8 a.m. Sunday morning here. Here's 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I'm going to pause right there and say, as these storms are forecasted to weaken, there may be a lot of cloud cover with these storms that may prevent instability from building for that second round later on in the afternoon on Sunday. So something to watch there. These may hinder a second threat developing, especially if this line continues to hold through and pushes across the UP. Have to watch that. As we get toward the afternoon hours, here's 2 p.m. Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Got some scattered storms popping up there across the western part of the UP. Going into the 5 p.m. time frame, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Not much happens until a later 8 p.m. after that time frame. Here's 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight. Now we're into Monday morning, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So perhaps multiple rounds here throughout Sunday, whether it's very early morning Sunday to very late Sunday into Monday morning. The model here does suggest we have numerous rounds possible, but there's really no big line complex or one major round being shown right now. So we may sneak through with just, a little pop-up, maybe an isolated severe storm or two, possible. But for the most part, the majority of models here say organization of these storms is on the lower end of things. So that's good news. Hopefully it trends that way. But regardless, if that first round doesn't cloud us over and prevent us from destabilizing, severe weather is a concern there for Sunday afternoon, evening hours for us there in the UP. All right, now fast forwarding into the Monday time frame. I don't have a map pulled up, but I can pull it up here real quickly via the model website I have. Let's go ahead and go day 3. There we go. This is for Monday. We have a marginal risk along the 94 corridor here for our southern tier of counties. I would not be shocked if that's brought northward here, further north toward 96. The models here indicating that we could have some showers and storms popping up there across the southern part of Michigan there for your Monday time frame. Here is one of the models showing us for the Monday time frame. There's Monday morning as these storms move out of the UP. Here we go into the afternoon. Here's noon, Monday, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. We could have multiple rounds here on Monday for a good chunk of the state. Would not be shocked to see that marginal severe risk pulled northward here for Monday afternoon and evening. So we're going to watch that as well. So potentially continuing our trend here of back-to-back days of severe weather here in the state. We're here for it, though. We're going to track it, keep you guys updated. For the most part, one day at a time. Today should be dry. Enjoy the cooler temperatures out there. And be prepared in the UP later tonight into your Sunday time frame for numerous rounds of showers and storms, some of which could be strong or severe, with damaging winds primary threat and large hail a secondary threat as well. I'm Ryan, Michigan Storm Chasers here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another update video here at MSC. Enjoy your day, guys.